Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Today, our topic is the same as usual, trying to understand the logic and the mentality of the Muslims and how they explain their cult to us. Um, and today, I'm going to read for you an article written by Muslims, and the title of the article is Four Reasons Make Us to Convert to Islam. Now, I have a link for this article in case you want to read it in details by yourself. You see, always we share so people they can get the whole image and we are not misquoting or saying something is not there. So the whole point of this, when a Muslim he make an article, the question is, what is the purpose of this article? Is it to explain something to me I don't understand? Is it to tell me something about something, let us say, people they think it's wrong but it's right, or what the purpose of the article? We will read together and see what is exactly the Muslims try to accomplish by writing those articles. In the same time, it's very important, when anyone write about anything, to examine how truthful what this person is saying. It's very important because not everything you see in the internet is a truthful, and I think all of you are mature enough to know this already. It's not like I'm telling you a news you don't know. In the internet, everybody can say whatever he wish, and the point is how you can prove it for me. So in front of us here we have an article, as you see, and they have what it looked like a European woman, and maybe she is a convert Muslim, using her image to tempt you and make you believe Islam is good specifically for women. Convert to Islam, always a person to achieve God's love for loving his guide to life, the Quran and the authentic teaching of the Prophet Muhammad. I'm so happy that they said that. So what Islam is the Quran and the authentic teaching of the Prophet Muhammad. But what I find it funny, it says here, converting to Islam allow the person to achieve God love by following his guide to life. I mean, I don't see Muslims achieving anything except bloodshed everywhere. In the last week, if you go right now and search in Google, how many suicide bombing happened in the name of Allah? How many school was burned in Afghanistan? By the way, the Muslims these days, in the last almost 9 months, they are targeting schools in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and the reason for that, those schools are not teaching about Allah as they accept. They are teaching, it's a Muslim school, but just because they don't teach the way they want, we burn them, we kill the students. So achieving the God way, and what they inserted the word love by following his guide. That's interesting. Soon we will show you how you can achieve God. Many articles explain how it's easy to convert to Islam. And here I have a question: why it's so easy to convert to Islam? I mean, this is a really stupid statement to say. Why so easy? And as long you just admit it's so easy to convert to Islam, why it's so hard to leave Islam? And hard here, I'm not saying hard because you don't want to leave, but Muhammad, he says, and remember the Muslim, they agreed in the same article that Islam is based in the Quran and the Hadith. In both in the Quran and the Hadith, it's speaking about the one who is apostate should be killed. Muhammad, he said, as an example, من بدل دينه فاقتلوه. The one who changed his religion, kill him. Okay, so it's very easy to convert to Islam, but if you want to leave Islam, we kill you. It's so one-way access. You try to leave. Now I wonder here, what is the love of Allah? I mean, it's just a second ago in the article you were saying to me, achieve the love of Allah. Allah is so loving to the point, if you don't want to be praying to him, he executed you immediately by what? By the hand of the Muslims. If you go in the Quran, we will find the Muslims believe that it's the duty of the Muslims. For Allah, He cannot punish anyone to kill you and torture you. If we go here, and as you see, I don't make speeches, I show people what is written in the Quran, not what I say. It's not my statement. Chapter 9, verse number 14. Interesting. The love of Allah. Remember in the article they were saying to us, achieving the love of Allah. Let us see the love of Allah. What is that? I mean, how you can achieve God love? And God here supposedly Allah. How we can achieve that love? Interesting. Read with me carefully, chapter 9, verse number 14. And you can read any translation you wish. I mean, you don't like Yusuf Ali, we jump to Shakir, to Bakhtal, to Mahsen Khan. All of them are a bunch of scammers. None of them is the translation is accurate. But I'm using them because it's a Muslim translation. If I translate, they will say, okay, he is changing the meaning. So which one you want, Muslims? Anyone in the text want to choose one? Pick up one. Pick up one. Pick up one. All right. All right. Please, guys, invite your friends, because for some reason Google is giving wrong timing. I scheduled it for now, but it's giving like it's not even going to start. So many people did not receive the notification for the broadcast. So please invite your friends and let us get people here. Let us start with Yusuf Ali. Fight them, and Allah will punish them by your hands. If. Cover them with shame. What? And that, when you fight them and kill them, that will heal the breast of the believers. I mean, do you see how much hate in the breast of the believers? To the point that hate will not be healed unless you cut the head of somebody and shed his blood. And this is supposedly achieving the love of God and the way to live peacefully. Islam means submission, brother. Submission, you submit willingly. So why you want to kill them? You see how they lie to you. Every donkey who says to you, Islam means submission, there's one of two things. Either he's trying to fool you, or he himself, he have no idea what he's talking about. Islam never meant to be submission, and the Quran is full of verses showing that Islam is about to surrender. Muhammad, he sent letters to the three kings saying, Aslim Taslam, surrender or I will kill you. Surrender, you will be safe. So, and we can show tons of verses in the Quran, and here we go in front of you. Fight them, and fight them here is, the word in Arabic is qatilu. Qatilu is not like fight them by boxing or talking. Fight, the qatilu is coming from the word kill. The word kill in Arabic, uqtul, qatala. Qatilu is an order for a group of people. If you have a three and more, you say qatilu. So qatilu those people, and Allah, he will punish them by your hands. No, Allah, why Allah? What kind of God? This God, he cannot punish us by his hand. I mean, why he need a Abdul to commit suicide bombing? Because Allah is a fake God. If Allah is a true God, he can punish any one of us, including me. I mean, what a stupid religion. Muhammad, he is trying his best to seduce you, tempt you to go and die for his sake, but he is the last one to be in the front line. If you go and read about all the wars happen, you will see Muhammad the coward is always hiding behind. When they throw rocks at Muhammad and they broke his teeth, the up ones and the down, he lost almost all his teeth. Muhammad starts screaming like a baby, Ilayya, Ilayya, come to me, help me, and he did not fight, he did not attack even the one attacking, because he's a coward. So he hide between either the legs of Aisha or the donkey he ride, and when the risk come, he run away. He put Ali, ask any Muslim, they will tell you, when the Prophet he ran from Mecca, he put his cousin Ali, who was 9 years old, in the bed and covered him so he can escape. Hold on. I mean, how cowardly this behavior is to risk. If this is true, if this is a story, is it true that Muhammad, the Arab, they want to kill him, the tribe of Quraysh, his tribe, they want to kill him, and then I ask a child to sleep in my bed and I cover him by the blanket so they will think it's me. Are you telling me that Muhammad the coward is risking the life of 9 years old child who have no idea what's happening by making him sleep in the bed? So the Arab, they will open the door in the room of Muhammad, and they will put their sword in the dark on him, and they will think this is Muhammad. This is how coward Muhammad, and Muslims are so proud about him. And Allah is coward too. Allah, he cannot punish us, so Allah will punish you by your hands. This is why you see a Muslim, Abdul from ISIS, when he kill, when he do any harm to a human being, what he say? Read with me carefully. For Allah is a Satan, and Satan, he don't want you to feel guilty when you kill a human being, because you know, human being by nature, God gave him, you know, he feel like, you know, you feel that you are doing wrong. You feel that shaving is, you know, like slaughtering someone, shedding blood is wrong. Even when you slaughter a chicken, you don't feel good, you know. Look what Allah in the Quran said. Supposedly the one is talking, remember Allah. This is not a Christian prince, and this is not Muhammad. This is Allah himself, the God who we want to seek his love by. We want to achieve God love. Oh, I feel like I'm crying now. Amazing. This is amazing religion, brother. Very amazing. So how we can achieve God love? فلم تقتلوهم ولكن الله قتلهم وما رميت إذ رميت ولكن الله رمى. What does that mean? This is a very dangerous, filthy statement. Look what Muhammad, he made the Muslim believe. In order to make a Muslim not to feel guilty for killing innocent people, because all the wars Islam has have nothing to do with defending themselves. You see, the Muslim, they say we defend ourselves. It's a big fat lie. Muhammad, he sent the 3 letters. He sent his own messenger to Caesar, or let us say the ruler of the Roman, saying to him, convert or else. And you can search it right now. And he, Muhammad, he is the one who seduced his men by attacking the Roman to get the blonde diggers. And yesterday, actually, with the brother Amir and the rest of 2 days ago, we talk about that. And by the way, just to remind you, today around 8 o'clock, I'm not sure of the exact time, me and Amir and his brother and you know, a bunch of guys, we will be together. We will do live broadcasting. So don't forget to join us. Actually, I put a link for his page down there, so you can click on it, because we are going to use mostly, I'm not sure if I'm going to do my broadcast. I might just do it in his channel. We will do a broadcast. It's going to be in English and German in the same time if you are interested. So remember, when I say 8 p.m., I'm talking about Germany time. For right now, I am in Germany, as you know. So what this verse is saying here, let us read together and see how ugly this cult is. It is not you who slew them. Okay, who then? Who? It was Allah. Ew. You see how filthy this religion, satanic? You see, now a Muslim, when he slaughter you, he mentioned this verse. Why is that? It's disclaimer. It's not me who slew you, it's Allah. We showed you the verse before. It says, قَاتِلُوهُمْ يُعَذِّبُهُمُ اللَّهُ بِأَيْدِيكُمْ. Kill them, Allah, he punished them by your hands. Now this verse making it even more perfect. Okay, don't feel guilty for killing you know, those people who did nothing to you. What, you know, you see the Muslims, they say to you that always Islam defend itself. I challenge the Muslim to show me what the Christians who live in Mecca or Al-Medina, or they call them Nasara, what they did to Muhammad. Nothing. Actually, the Christians are the first one who gave refuge to Muhammad in Ethiopia. That's the fact. Muhammad, he ran all the way to Ethiopia, to the land of the Christians, and they grant him refuge. What Muhammad did in return? He killed all the Christians in the Arabian Peninsula. If we go, we will see Muhammad saying the following. Muhammad, he said, if I am victorious, I swear by Allah, I'm going to expel all the Christians and the Jews from the Arabian Peninsula. Do you see how you achieve the love of Allah? You see, right now I am in Germany and I saw many Muslims walking in the street, and most of them, they are refugee. The love of Allah versus the love of Merkel. Merkel is the chancellor of Germany right now. Merkel, she said all refugees are welcome. And Merkel is not really, I mean, she is a shish kebab. She is not really a good Christian or anything. But she is welcoming all the refugees. But Muhammad, not only he hates refugees, he want to kill people who own the land. I heard Messenger of Allah saying, I will certainly expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula. Why? You see, the Muslim, they speak about Islam is a religion of justice. Islam is okay. When you know, 2 days ago we saw an article. If you remember, I made a video about it. A Muslim saying singling a community is a racism. Singling what? Community is a racism. This is the logic. Okay, we'll go with it. So how Muhammad singled the community of the Christians? He want to kill them. He want to expel them, which means expel here, by the way, is you know, ethnic cleansing, but the ethnic here replaced by religion. Just because you are from this faith, we kill you, we cleanse you, we clean the land from you. If you remember when I was debating Sheikh Hisham al-Husseini, the head of the Islamic Center of Michigan, and he was a consultant for George Bush, and ABN TV, you know, this idiot in the beginning of the debate with him, he was saying we Muslims and Christians, we share a lot of things and we have harmony, we love Mary, we love Isa, all this garbage the Muslims they try to fool you with. Okay, but then when the debate started and we proceed, he said literally, we are going to cleanse people like you. Literally. And he called me Zionist, and you know, this is the truth. Muhammad, he wanna cleanse nations. The Jews are nation like us. Why you wanna cleanse them? Let us say for the sake of argument, a Muslim, he will say to you, the Jews, they made a plan against the Prophet. But we know all what happened. And even if so, what if America right now, here we go, 9/11 happened, the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda and you know, the Muslim Abdul, they did an attack on America. What do you think of the American? They say, okay, we have to do cleansing for the Muslims. Do you agree with it? Here we see the hypocrisy of the Muslims. They have no problem with their prophet saying, I'm going to expel the Jews. And right now there's zero Christians and there is zero Jews who they are citizens in Saudi Arabia, in the Arabian Peninsula. Why? Because they cleansed them. The same as they did the cleansing for the black African in Al-Basra. If you go right now, you see in during the Islamic, actually, hold on, I don't want to talk about it yet. I jumped there. I should not jump there. Hold on, because here it's speak about a freedom, as I saw in the article. A real convert tell her stories and can share their elation and etc. And there is even article that explain exactly how to become a Muslim. Thank you very much for telling me how to become a Muslim. I mean, this is the most stupid thing. Exactly how to become a Muslim. All what you need to do is to say Shahada. You witness for the devil, you are a Muslim. As simple as that. Many advantages are gained by converting to Islam. Really? Advantage like what? Let me count for you. Me as a man, the first thing will happen to me when I convert to Islam, when I go to heaven, Allah will make my penis endless. And to be honest with you, I always wanted to have something like the elephant, you know, but I never thought it's going to be endless. And I mean, right now I am in Germany, but imagine I am here, but the penis, Mr. Penis, is in Hulunulu, you know, or on the Maldives, all right, in the beach. Imagine you are sitting in Tokyo, Japan, and you receive a ticket because your penis caused an accident in Stuttgart, Germany. I mean, that's amazing. That's so beautiful. I mean, you will achieve a lot of things. You gained a lot of things. I mean, the first thing you will gain weight because endless penis, that's endless weight. I don't know how heavy you will be when you have such a size penis. Your wife, she will be, her butt will be 1 mile, her ass, as the hadith says, مقعدها ميل من الأرض, the women, her bum will will take a size of 1 mile. Imagine your wife, she have a very beautiful butt to the point it's 1 mile. I like, amazing. I mean, all of us, we like big screen TV, and now finally we have a wife, her butt is 1 mile. I mean, who can resist that? Be honest with me. What else we will gain if we convert to Islam? Every one of us would have between 80,000 women to 80,000 boys who they are naked and they are serving us in the bed in sexual way, drinking food. I mean, this is gained slavery. You see, the Muslims, the funny about them, they say in the same article, let me go down a little bit. Converting to Islam liberates a person from slavery. I mean, that's the most hilarious title ever I heard. Slavery. Islam is the religion of slavery. The first slavery in Islam, you yourself are a slave to Allah. You see, the difference between the Christians and the Muslims is huge. And there is many naive people from our churches, sadly. They think we and Muslims, we share the same thing. A Muslim, when he pray to Allah, he is praying as a slave. A Christian, when he pray to God, he pray to is the Father, our Father. Our relationship with God is amazing. Their relationship with their God is a slave to a master. As simple as that. It's a slave. You are just a slave. How you say to me that Islam liberate you from slavery when you yourself is a slave, and then you as a slave, you capture people as slaves and you sell them in the market. Go and read all the Islamic history, including the Quran. You will see all Quran approving slavery. And not only that, Muhammad, he worked hard to promote slavery. Guys, don't forget, please, to invite your friends. For some reason, we don't have many people are in the text, and the text look like it's not moving. Are we there? Are you there, guys? Wake up, please. Wake up. In order for Muhammad to promote the slavery, he have to do something. Maybe my screen here froze. I'm not sure. Let us see what's happening. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure really. Did my broadcast stop? No, it's not. So it doesn't make sense. For some reason, I'm trying to watch the text in my phone, but some reason it's not coming right. Let us see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, it's working, but it looked like from my side was not working. All right, thank you, guys. So Islam liberate a person. Imagine Muhammad to promote slavery. Look what he did. You see, a Muslim, he will say to you that, do you know in Islam, if you commit sin, if you want to be forgiven, you free a slave? Let us see what that is about. Is it really about freeing a slave? Muhammad, in order to force his religion, he come with a very simple rule. The Muslims, they love to own slaves, and Muhammad is the first example. Bilal, the Muslim, they keep talking to us about Bilal. Bilal is a Muslim. Bilal, blah blah blah. Bilal, Muhammad died, and the poor Bilal, he was a slave. And then Bilal, he went to Abu Bakr and he said, if you bought me for the sake of Allah, release me for the sake of Allah, and if you bought me for the sake of yourself, keep me for your sake of yourself, because the real owner of Bilal is Abu Bakr. And he was being given as a gift to Muhammad. So here we go. Muhammad is dead, and still why Muhammad did not release Bilal? Any Muslim can tell us? The Muslims keep making speeches about Muhammad. Islam is against slavery. Bilal, brother, Bilal was the slave. Bilal, he put the table. Bilal cleaned the dishes. Bilal carried the stuff. He was, excuse my language, I don't mean to insult this poor man, because I feel he's a victim at the end of the day, and he was forced into slavery. But Bilal was the donkey of Muhammad. He carry him, he carry his stuff, he carry his money, he carry wherever Muhammad he wanna go, he take. Bilal is the first one who called for the prayer. Do you know why? Because the white Arab man, he don't want to climb the top of the roof 4 a.m. in the morning. The white men are sleeping, the slaves. This is the job of the slaves. Why Muhammad don't go and call for the prayer? He's the prophet. Isn't he should be the first one to wake up to pray to God? No, it's Bilal. Bilal the slave. Read with me here carefully. Never should a believer kill a believer. And here you will see that when Islam teach about killing, is about not to kill a believer. Why the Quran doesn't say never a believer should kill anyone? No, a believer should not kill a believer. All right. But if it so happened by mistake, all right, if one so killed a believer, it's ordained that he should free a believing slave. Why in the world you own a believing slave? Somebody can explain to me? So only if I kill somebody and now I want to free myself from sin, I free a slave? I mean, isn't it freeing a slave is good anyway? Should I kill somebody? Is that a reason really to free a slave? So Muhammad, because he knew those Arab, they are extremely in love with slavery, and he is like them. He is one of the title of Muhammad was Bai'ul Abid. He buy and sell slaves, because he knew how much they are attached to own slaves. He made it hard for them to the point says, if you kill somebody by mistake, I will force you to free a slave. And the Arabs, so please, no, we need our slaves. So we will free my slave. I will not kill anyone. I will behave. If you commit sin, I will make you free a slave. Oh no, 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 I will not commit sin. I will be if you don't go to the prayer, I will make you oh no, 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 no. So Muhammad, it was a penalty. This was nothing to do about freeing the slave. This was a penalty for you for doing wrong. It is not a reward for the slave. It was a very satanic way to force Muslims to obey Muhammad. I will take your slaves from you. You see, you can keep your slaves as long as you wish. You do wrong, I will take one of your slaves. You do 10 wrongs, I will take 10 of your slaves. And those Muslims are crazy about their slaves. They want to own as much as they can. So when the Muslim tried to fool you, saying here, so look, see, here you free a slave. The fact this is not about freeing slave. This is about a penalty for the Muslims. If Muhammad he want to free slaves, okay, show me in the Quran where it says free a slave for no reason. I mean, just to free them. Who wanna show me that? Who wanna show me? Actually, if you have my books, you will see how Muhammad, how many slaves he forced them into slavery. There's a story about an owner. He decided to free his slaves in his deathbed, and he freed them. Muhammad, he heard the news that this guy in his bed, when he's dying, he freed his slaves. Muhammad, he captured the slaves and he divided them between the children of that man, which means he put them back into slavery. So when a Muslim he says to us, you feel free, you yourself, you are a slave and you are an owner of a slave, and slavery in Islam is a way actually to when I say to people, if you commit sin, you need to slaughter a chicken, what will happen? More chicken will be slaughtered. If I say to you, if you do this, you have to free a slave, that means you have to buy a slave in order to free a slave, and that will increase and boom the market of slavery. Did Muhammad close the market of slavery? No. People, they are buying and selling, and the Muslims are the one who's buying and selling, not the infidels, not the pagan. The Muslims are the buyers and the Muslims are the seller. So business is good. And because he himself, he buy and sell slaves, and he own a lot of slaves. You know, if you remember the hadith where Muhammad, uh, Abu Bakr, he entered upon Muhammad, and he found a bunch of Ethiopian women, slave women, playing, dancing for Muhammad. Uh, why those women are in the house of Muhammad? I mean, are they like coming from the circus, and they are performing for the Prophet? Are they visiting town? They are belly dancers, and the Prophet he hired them? No, those are slaves who they are doing entertaining for His Majesty, the faithful Muhammad. Read with me carefully, please. That narrated Aisha that once Abu Bakr came to her in the day of Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. While the Prophet was with her, there were two girls, singers, with her singing songs of the Ansar. All right, two girls, they are singing. Here the hadith doesn't show really anything. Let us show something. Are they really just girls? What girls? Hmm. Just to show you how Muslims they lie to you. This is why I say always be careful when you read Muslims translation. It says two girls. You know, what two girls? It does it say really in Arabic two girls? It says qanitani tughniyan. Here it says that they are slaves. Why in Arabic did not translate the word slaves? Why did not say that? وعندي جاريتان تغنيان. Read carefully, just to show you how Muslims they fabricate and they change the meaning from slaves. Two slaves are singing and dancing for the Prophet to two girls. وعندي جاريتان تغنيان بغناء بعاث فالضجع على الفراش, etc. If we read the translation, let's read the translation. Does it say here in this one? Because we changed the hadith. Let's see if it's going to say slaves. Look at this. There were two girls with me singing the song of Al-Bata. What? Where is the two girls? It says two slaves. Let us change different hadith, but the same story, different translation. Let us see. This is different one. Let us see if now the word slave will appear, maybe by mistake, you know. Okay, there were two girls again. I mean, two girls. Those are not two girls. Let us continue here. Here again, jariyatani tughniyan. Let us see a translation. Here we go again, two girls, but in Arabic it says jariyatan. You see how they fabricate the translation. So now, when you read in Arabic, you will not, in English, you will not find anywhere it says two slave girls are dancing. There's a hadith, if you have my book, about Umar ibn Khattab. He did beat a slave girl for she is covering the top of her body. Slaves in the time of Islam, they used to serve inside the house without bra or any top, which means topless. So they go inside the house, they serve coffee or whatever you want to serve to your guest, and they are topless. The one of the slaves, she covered herself. Umar ibn Khattab, look how justice Islam is. He stood and he started beating her, saying, are you trying to resemble the free one? Because only the free one covered themselves. Only the free one. Maybe many of you do not know that. In Islam, only free women, they have the right to cover themselves. If you are a slave, you expose yourself. And just to show you how ugly Islam is, more and more, if we go in the Quran, when they speak about freeing yourself, you are right. We saw in the case of murder here in the verse before, this verse we just talk about here, chapter 4, verse number 92, that if you kill somebody by mistake, okay, well, you free a slave, all right, which is going to cause a booming for the business, a booming for the business of slavery. What if I kill a slave in Islam? يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم القصاص في القتلى الحر بالحر والعبد بالعبد والأنثى بالأنثى فمن عفا etc. Okay, let's read. What does that mean? I mean, what is that? This is Arabic. No, okay, you speak Arabic, we don't speak Arabic. So what you would do now? Let us read translation. Chapter 2, 178. O who you believe in the law of equality is prescribed to you in the case of murder, free for the free, slave for the slave, women for the women. Have you ever heard of a stupid law like this before? Read carefully. That is the most stupid, disgusting, racist, hateful law. In the case of murder, Allah now making justice. What we do? Free for a free. What does that mean? If a free man killed a free man will be killed. Okay. If a slave was killed, a slave will be killed. To make it simple for you, if you kill my slave, I kill your slave. And in the article they are saying to us, if you follow Islam, you free yourself from slavery. This is God. The one supposedly talking here is God. This is not even Muhammad. Muhammad is a prophet of God who Allah told him to say this. I mean, Muhammad, it's not his fault. It's Allah. This is Allah, Mr. Allah. How are you doing, Mr. Allah? I mean, your law is amazing. Imagine we make a law. It says, you see Muhammad here, the foolish Muhammad, is trying to copy from the Jewish, from the law of Moses, where eye for an eye. And because Muhammad is a foolish man, he understood eye for an eye in such a way. You kill my slave, I kill your slave. But this is not the law. This is not an eye for an eye. Eye for an eye, that he took my eye, I took your eye. What the slave did? So now we have two victims. I am a white free man, and you are a white free man. I kill your slave, your black slave, and now as a penalty for for me, what do? You kill my black slave, but none of those slaves did any crime. What they are? We have now two end victims. The real criminal is a free. How in the world you can believe in such a stupid garbage religion? And yet they say to us that in the Quran or in Islam you free yourself. And if I go back to the article, because I don't want to miss anything, really, this is an amazing article. Islam, converting to Islam, liberate a person from slavery. I'm going to stop talking about slavery, which is literally slavery, but before I finish this, look how Islam free you from slavery, my friend. All of you remember the hadith where it says that Muslims are the best of mankind because they think they are the best race, and Islam consider Muslims as a race. And Muhammad, he said, my people will be 73 sect. My people, my nation, my ummah in Islam is a nation. If you read this hadith with me, look how Islam free you from slavery, my friend. I mean, Islam is the most beautiful religion. Unbelievable. It's the religion will free you from slavery. Muslims are the best for mankind. Okay, why they are the best of mankind? You are the best of people ever raised for the benefit of mankind. Chapter 3, verse 110. Okay, Abdul, why we are, if I'm a Muslim, why we are the best of mankind? Okay, because, read carefully. The best for mankind are those who bring them with the chains around their necks. So if the Muslims today they have the power over you, their duty to be the best of mankind. And how they can be the best of mankind? They will bring you all Chinese, Indonesian, Malaysian, Thailand, American, German, Dutch, whatever. All of you with the chains around your neck, and the purpose, they want to save you, brother. They want to save you from hellfire. Have you ever heard of filthy cult more dangerous than this? And yet in the article you are saying to us, Islam free you from slavery. You, your God, could not find a better way to make people accept him except making Muslims go on war and capture the Yazidi girls and the Christian girls and rape them even in the road and in the street. Yesterday, I was waiting for the bus here in Germany, and I saw in the news in the phone about a woman, a Yazidi woman. She came as a refugee to Germany, and when she was walking in the street, she met a member of ISIS who, before many years ago, maybe 4 years ago, he was the one who he bought her in the city of Al-Mosul. He bought her for $100, and he raped her thousands of times. Imagine, he's from ISIS and he is free in the street in Germany. And not only that, the story continue saying this man, he started harassing her, chasing her, following her wherever she go. She called the police. She told them this guy is from ISIS. He is chasing me. He is harassing me. He's threatening, he want to rape me again. He want to kidnap me again. The police did nothing to this guy. And then the girl, she decided to leave back to Iraq. This Yazidi poor girl. This is how stupid governments in Europe are. He is from ISIS. He was with them, fighting with them, killing many people, and now he is free in Germany. In the top of that, they found a real witness for his crimes. One of his victims, she said, this is the guy who bought me. He is one of ISIS, and now he is chasing me. And they knew about him, and they don't do anything. Welcome to Germany. The best for mankind are those who they bring them with the chains around their necks. Are you going to allow anyone to bring you and the chain around your neck? Over my dead body. I die free, and or I live free. There's no third option. There's no second option. Anyone want to force me? You see, because when somebody forces you to eat food you don't want, it's a slavery. When somebody force you to wear clothes you don't want, it's a slavery. When somebody force you what to eat, what to drink, what to say, what not to say, it's a slavery. Slavery is not necessarily just putting a chain around the neck of somebody, even though Islam literally practice and teach that, as you see in the front of us. So how you lie to us and you say that Islam free you from slavery, when all of Islam is about slavery? A woman, she is married in Islam to a man. The man, he have a right to beat her. I mean, how you see how free you are? You are free to the point you get a free beating. All of us, we knew that Muslims, they made tons of articles about beating women in Islam, and they say to you, this is about light beating, my friend. What's wrong with you? You see, first of all, this is a big fat lie, and we can prove it easy. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. What does that mean? Disgusting, stupid. Let me show you the slavery. You see here in the article, they posted for us a picture of a blonde European woman. Obviously, she is crazy, stupid, to convert to Islam. She have no idea what she is converting to, as the rest of them. And Islam supposedly it's not European like secular government will free you. No, no, no. You will be free in Islam to the point the second you convert to Islam, you wear hijab. You see how free you are? Now, is a hijab is a choice? Maybe in Europe, yes. But Islam is not a choice, and hijab is not a choice in Islam. So where is the freedom? Can a Muslim woman in Saudi Arabia take off her hijab? If you want to say to me this is the regime, that's a big fat lie. That is a big fat lie. Every Muslim, you will see children, they are being forced to you know, and most of those women, by the way, who convert to Islam, they are just seeking a man in the bed, not really seeking religion or God. She dated a Hindu, she became a Hindu. Second day she dated a Buddha, she's a Buddha. The day after she is an atheist, she smokes cigarette and she take drugs. I'm not saying all atheists do that. I'm just, you know, they don't care really what is your religion. Or what they care, how to have a man in the bed, whoever he is. If he is an Egyptian, suddenly she speak Egyptian. If he is Iraqi, she is Iraqi. If he is Indian, she is Indian. If he is, they don't care. They don't have, those people, they don't really care for anything. They care only for having what they want. And they change their religion the same way they change their men. Today my husband is a Muslim, tomorrow he's a Christian. Okay, today I am a Muslim, tomorrow I'm a Christian. I remember, and I don't know if she is going to listen and hear me, there was a lady from the UK. She married a Muslim Abdul for 4 or 5 years. I forgot really how many, I think more, maybe 7 years, because she have more than 4 kids from him. They made her work in a radio station in order to convert rich people into Islam. And they use them always in the propaganda to convert you. You see, they bring you a blonde guy and they give him a salary to do dawah, like Yusuf State. Big salary. Give him free housing, big salary, free airline ticket, a free hotel, 5 stars, good life. And the purpose is to make you believe, look, even American convert to Islam, even a British convert to Islam, even, you know, they use them as a bait for the foolish fish. But none of those people knows what Islam is about. Everybody is converting for his own reason. And then when this reason disappear, the conversion disappear. This is why there was a conference. If somebody have the video, please send it to me so we can share it in the link in the info. There was a conference, I forgot, I think it was in Chicago. The title of the conference, why most of the convert leave in maximum of 3 years out of Islam, because they discover that Islam is a scam. As simple as that. Some they convert in jail, seeking protection. Like you go in jail, you have to join a group, you know, like in America there's Latino protecting Latino, black protecting black, white protecting white, Nazis protecting Nazis, KKK protecting KKK. So you have to join a group. You have to convert to one of them, as simple as that. If you don't belong to any group, okay, you know, you join Muslim, say Shahada, they will provide you protection inside jail. They gang together. They leave jail, they leave Islam. Islam liberate a person from slavery. You see, I want to go more deep in this title. You know, when I pray to God, and I have to pray to him in a certain way, certain move, certain standing, certain time, is that liberation or this is slavery? You became, the second you became a Muslim, you became like a toy programmed by a stupid software. So you wake up in a certain time, because if you are late, Allah will not accept. And you have to do certain moves. and you have to repeat a prayer is not even yours. Imagine when a Muslim he pray, he's not praying, he is just repeating what he heard, what is written in the Quran. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Amin. That's it. None of those your words are your words. Where's your prayer? Where's your Islam is not a religion of spirit or spiritual religion. Islam is a religion of ritual. You practice ritual. Praying is a ritual. It is something you have to do as a duty. It's a must. It's not a choice. Really, prayer is something come from the heart, not something come because I have to, and I have to do it in a certain time, and I have to stand in certain way, and I have to say certain things. And women, when they pray, they have to do it different from the Muslim men because they are women. They have to wear certain clothes. Blah 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 blah. So where is the prayer? Where is the contact between you and God? It's not exist. So the first thing will happen to you when you are a Muslim, you became a slave of customs, custom uniform, custom hand moving, custom word saying, custom feet together, custom even your ears, even your it's a custom. You are a slave. You have to do it exactly as somebody else exists 1400 years ago, and no one knows where he got those movements. Any Muslim can tell me how Muhammad learned how to pray like this? Is that in the Quran? Did Jibreel stand in front of him and he taught him how to do this movement? What is that? Or Muhammad was merging some from the Sabian and some from here and some from there, some from the Jews. Why I need to pray to God? You know, when Jesus said, when you pray, go to your closet, which means to your private room, and pray. Don't be the same as the hypocrite who pray in the corners. Islam is a religion who pray in the corner. For all the point is to be hypocrite. And as long we are talking about being hypocrite, you know, Muhammad himself, he considered the Muslims hypocrites. Look what he said. Muhammad, as we know, he threatened all the Arab around him either to be killed or they convert. And then the Arab, when they notice that Muhammad is winning the fight, in order to protect themselves from, you know, from being killed and or being enslaved and their women taken as a sex slave, they decide, you know, to convert to Islam. So look what happened in chapter 48, verse number 16. Muhammad, he sent his message to the Arab, and he claimed that Allah is the one who said that to him to tell them, say to the desert Arab who lagged behind in what? They did not join Islam. Ye shall be summoned to fight against people given like mighty power. Then shall ye fight, or they shall submit. But the fact doesn't say submit, by the way, surrender. Okay. What is verse saying? The Muslim, they say to you, Islam, where, can you show me one verse in the Quran saying Islam is split by sword? It's in front of you. It's a threat from Muhammad, speaking as if it is Allah speaking, fabricating a verse saying this is God told me. Either you convert or you die. As simple as that. Let's change the translation. You know, maybe the Muslim don't like this translation. Shakir is a better scammer. What Shakir he will say? Say to those who deliverers of the desert who were left behind, you shall soon be invited to fight against the people. Okay, you will fight against them until they submit. Okay. Then if you obey, Allah will grant you a good reward. And if you turn your back, we will punish you, we will kill you. Here in the translation, It says the word submit. Is it really submit? Let us change the translator. Eh, we try them one by one. So we try Ali, so Yusuf Ali Shakir, and now Biktal. I'm just trying my best, to show you how the Muslims lie when they translate. Say into the people of the wandering Arabs who were left behind, you will be called against the folk of my people, etc., to fight them until they surrender. Do you see it? This is the truth. I told you that Muhammad sent the 3 letters, and the letter says Aslim Taslam. Aslim Taslam. You don't believe me? I can show you the hadith right now. Aslim Taslam mean convert, surrender, or you will be killed. Surrender, you will be safe. Here we go. We have tons of hadith here, but I want to show you the one where he sent the letter to Hercules inviting him to Islam or die. Read with me carefully. I call you to Islam. If you become a Muslim, you will be safe. Do you see it? Have you ever heard of a peaceful religion like this? Convert to Islam and you will be safe. And what Muhammad he did after that? He launched an attack on the Roman. You see, when we mention the Byzantine emperor, and he called the letter of the messenger, etc., blah 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 blah. Okay, he said, who read it out, saying, in the name of Allah the merciful, etc. Okay, from Muhammad the slave of Allah and his messenger to the ruler of Byzantine. Okay, and then he says, I call you to Islam. If you become a Muslim, you will be safe, and Allah will double your reward. If you turn away, and then you incur the wrong actions of your subject. And what happened? Muhammad, he made a chapter. It's called chapter of At-Tawbah. Chapter 9 verse number 29 says, go and kill the Christians and the Jews until they convert to Islam or they pay the jizya. And this is exactly what this letter is about. That's exactly what this letter is about. Aslim Taslam. Convert to Islam, we will not kill you. And here in the Quran is no different. Say to the Arab, surrender or you will fight. And the funny they say to you is Muhammad never attack anyone. Oh, those people, they are not fighting him. He is saying to them, surrender or either you surrender to Muhammad. It's not submit. Islam does not mean submit, as many fools keep repeating. Islam means surrender. So until they surrender. So what is the required here from those Arabs? To surrender to Muhammad. He is God and Allah is his messenger. You see, the Muslim, they say to us, Muhammad is the prophet and Allah is the messenger. The fact is the opposite. Muhammad, each time he want to say something, he claims something, he claimed that Allah told him, but the fact Allah is the messenger, because Muhammad is using Allah, and the true God who is making the Quran is Muhammad. But look what happened here. Muhammad, he threatened them, if they don't surrender and if they obey, I will reward you, which means we will give you female slaves when we attack the neighbors, the Christians, the Jews, the Roman, etc. But if you don't, we will punish you. Then those Arab, to save themselves from being killed and slaughtered and being enslaved, their women raped, they converted to Islam. But look what happened. In the chapter after that, we are reading from chapter 48, verse number 16. If we go just one chapter, this is the same Arab after they converted to Islam. Chapter 49, verse number 14. 49, remember, 49, 14, and 48, 16. So 48, 16, we read about it. Muhammad threatened, making a threat to the Arab. And 49, 14, Muhammad speaking to the Arab who he forced them to convert to Islam. And look what happened. And remember, this is Muslim translation, so Muslim don't tell me he's lying and Christian Prince is a liar. The Arab desert. Oh, okay. Now the Arab desert is the same Arab desert we were speaking about them a minute ago. Or Muhammad said to them, surrender or you die. Surrender and obey, or we will punish you by death. They say, we believe. Hold on. What the Arab now they say? We believe. So what happened now? They became Muslims. They become Muslims. You become a Muslim, you are not done yet. Muhammad is after you. Say, Allah saying to Muhammad, say, ye have no faith, but ye only say we have surrendered to the will of Allah. Remember, this is the word here, it's translated as submitted. It's Islam. We became Muslims. Our wills to Allah. Okay, hold on. How Muslim he lied to us saying that you submit to Allah, and you use the word translation here, submitted, as submitted. In the same time, you are saying to me, you have no faith. You only submitted. What does that mean? It's mean the surrender. Because if you submit yourself, it's something you do willingly. This is what the word submit mean. But obviously those people, they are not doing it willingly because they have no faith. So how they have no faith, but yet they are Muslims? If we go in the Arabic text here, you will see the word translated as submitted is the word we become Muslims. And this is where the Muslims translation try to fool you. Qulu aslamna. You see the word aslama? Aslamna. The letter na at the end is the letter you add to make it for a group about ourselves, like us. So aslama is coming from the word Muslim, who became a Muslim. It's in the past tense. Aslamna. So we became a Muslim. They say we became a Muslim. They say we surrender. But say to them, you did not believe. Faith did not even enter your heart. Say, Allah saying to them supposedly, say we are Muslims because your faith did not enter your heart. So how you become a Muslim in Islam? It's just by saying Shahada. You see the verse in front of us saying clearly that those people faith did not enter their heart, and Allah is correcting them. Don't say that we believe. Let me go to different translation just to show you. We are not picking up a translation. You can tell me if there's any Muslim in the text. Please tell me which translation you like. Which is your favorite one? We have all kind of hummus. We have hummus. We have shish kebab. Because if you don't like Yusuf Ali, we can give you shakir. Let us see shakir. What shakir want to say to us? Let us see. Shakir is very cute. The dwellers of the desert say, we believe. So what the Arab they say? Huh? The Arab they say, we believe. Okay. Allah say to them as a response, supposedly, say, you do not believe. Okay, so now it's confirmed by Allah that those Arab don't believe. Okay, how in the world people don't believe become Muslims? Anyone can explain to me? The explanation is very easy. It is in the chapter we just showed you before, chapter 49, where Muhammad he said to them, convert or I will kill you, convert or die. So the Arab, they protect themselves. They decided, okay, we'll protect our family from being killed, slaughtered, taken as a slave, burning our houses, our tents, etc. When we say you are a prophet, and we pay him the zakat, give him some money, leave her alone. Say, you do not believe, but say, we submitted, here again submitted, but the fact is surrender. We submitted, and faith has not yet entered into your heart. How in the world those people became Muslims and faith never entered their heart? Any Abdul can explain to us? So everything they say to us about, you convert to Islam, you became a free, liberated. What liberated? Those people, they are forced into Islam. How I am liberated, and your prophet says the one who leave the religion, kill him. I'm liberated from what exactly? Hmm? I am liberated from what? I am liberated to the point, if I change my religion, you will kill me? Is that the liberation you have for me? So now I am a slave for Islam forever? You are liberated, my friend. Let us see. Let's show you some more stuff. I mean, the ambulance here never stopped. You know, I'm just trying to show you some verses. Oh. Actually, if I want to talk about this topic, it's going to take me maybe a year, because all those verses, it can be used to show you how stupid this cult is. But you are liberated to the point. If you go to chapter 9, verse number 29, you cannot even take your father and your brother as a friend. I mean, do you see how much liberation you have? The point Islam involved about who can be a relative to you. Your father and your brother. You see that in the Muslim, they say to you, the Bible says, Jesus said, the one who don't hate his parents and love me, he don't belong to me, etc. But this is not about hating your parents. It's about if they choose their belief over me. Otherwise, no Christian hate his parents. The Bible says clearly that the one who disrespect his parents should be put to death. This is how much horrible is to be disrespectful for your parents. But if we go in the Quran and we see how the Quran, you know, speak about revelation, as an example, the first rule of the Quran, you cannot take anyone as a friend. And not only that, those who want to take you as a friend, your duty is to kill them all. Like, hold on, they want to take me as a friend, why I want to kill them? Oh no, Abdul, brother, Allahu Akbar, those are the infidels, they want to kill us, and we are defending ourselves. It's a big fat lie. Read with me carefully, chapter 4, verse number 89. And again, I'm using the Muslim translation, so Muslim will not say I'm making things up. In this chapter, you will see here with me the following. They but wish that you should reject the faith as they do, and thus be some footing as they, but take not threads from their ranks until they flee in the way of Allah. So now Muhammad is saying, don't take them as a friend until they became Muslims. Okay. You see, what is the problem if I am a Christian and I became a friend to a Muslim? I mean, does it hurt Christianity? Isn't it me as a Christian, I should be a messenger for everybody, good to everybody? Why we cannot be friends? If I cannot take you as a friend, it's mean we have to be enemies. Why you forbid me from being a friend to them? Somebody, obviously, those people, he's not a bad person. He want to be a friend. You see here, they lie to us. They say, "Oh, we are, you know, we cannot take you as a friend because you are fighting us." Who's fighting you? They are. They want to. How somebody want to take you as a friend? He want to fight you? Is there? It's they are saying in your book, don't take them as a friend. And there is no way this is speaking about someone he's an enemy or he's in a war with you, because it's not even logical to think about taking someone as a friend he's in a war with you. But the logic of Islam is the following: anyone who don't believe in the filthy cult of Islam is an enemy to Allah, and therefore have to be killed. This is why if we go to chapter 9 verse number 29, it says clearly that you have a duty as a Muslim to kill everybody. And this is why he forced those Arab to convert to Islam, and now they say, okay, we surrender, to Islam, but yet they are not Muslims. And how they surrender to Islam? Because he forced them. Have you ever heard of somebody join a religion but he don't believe in it? You know, he is not born in it. You see, there's many Christians that are Christians by name. They don't, you know, really believe in Christianity. They are born from a Christian family, but for me, they aren't Christian. For me, if you are born from a Christian family, it doesn't make you Christian. That's garbage. We don't believe in that. A Christian person is a person who believes in Jesus, regardless who is his parents. His parents are Muslims, Hindu, Buddhas, it doesn't matter. You have to be reborn again with the Messiah, which means you accept the Messiah willingly and by choice, and nobody with a sword in your neck, and nobody force you, and not by birth you inherit religion. That is stupid, and this is not right. Here we'll find that those Arab, they've been forced into slavery of Islam. It is not a choice. Faith never entered their heart, but yet they say we believe. We are, we believe. Okay, how you believe? How in the world you believe? How you enter that belief if you don't have belief in your heart? If faith never enter your heart, that's mean they are being hypocrites. What forced them to be hypocrite? They want to stay alive. They have a criminal come in with his gangs. They slaughter everybody who don't agree with Muhammad. Believe or die. So we say we believe. So this is what they say. Okay, we believe. We say Shahada, Bismillah, I bear witness that there is no frog but Allah, and there is no prophet but the potato. And now you said Shahada, you become a Muslim. But yet you are not a believer. That's weird. Yeah, because they've been forced to. So they try to fool you and make an article that Islam free you from slavery. Okay, hold on. Islam liberate a person from slavery to man-made system and lifestyle. All of Islam is a man-made system, and we can prove it very easy. When the God of Islam promote heaven or promote his religion by promising a man endless penis, isn't it obviously this is made by a man who is crazy about sex? When a man claimed that God told him, if you believe in me, I'm going to give you a bracelet in your hand. Bracelet? I mean, are you serious? God wanna give me a bracelet? All my life, guys. All my life, I wanted to wear a bracelet. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get a bracelet in my hand. Yeah, my friend, I don't even wear a watch in my hand. Why in the world a man wanna have a bracelet? A man, and he is wearing a bracelet. Why? And what the point, and what will happen, and what is the extra, what is the change in my life will happen when I wear a bracelet? I mean, what is this bracelet is about? Is that Apple Watch? No, it's a bracelet made from gold. Gold? What is the value of gold in heaven? How stupid this promise is. Bracelet made from gold? But who care for gold? I don't even care for gold here. Why I want to care for gold in heaven? Read carefully with me. Chapter 18, verse number 31. So beautiful. Sometime when I read those verses, I feel I want to cry. By the way, I cry for two reasons always. When I cut onion and when I read the Quran. Yeah. Brother, this verse will touch your heart, and many of you will convert to Islam immediately. If we ask Zakir Naik, guys, sorry, I'm not reading the text. The chat is in my phone, and it's really my phone is so small. I don't know what happened to it. It used to be bigger. No, I think this is technology. So look, for them will be gardens. Okay, the first thing, okay, we will give you a garden of eternity. Beneath them, rivers will flow. Okay, they will be adorned therein with the bracelet of gold. Wow! God Almighty, even him, he understand the value of gold. I'm wondering how much gold Allah he bought, as investment. I mean, every Abdul want to give him a bracelet of gold. And how many of you, be honest, how many of you, Abdul, are so excited to get the bracelet of Allah? God? You can get a bracelet of gold for $50. I mean, what a big deal. What gold? What this is God promising me. And look, Allah, he go in details, man. He go in details. He now describe for you where you will sit, where you will live, what the bracelet you will wear, it's made from what, and then he continues says, and they will wear a garment, green garment made of istabrak. Istabrak, you see here they translate for you fine silk. That in fact it doesn't say that. Uh, in the Arabic it says istabraqa. Istabraqa is the same as Gucci in our time, equal to Gucci in the time of Muhammad. Istabraq is an Iranian fabric, Persian fabric, you know, only very rich people they can afford it, and that is made from silk. Now, silk these days is very cheap. I mean, it's not really expensive. You can get silk, especially if you go to Iran. It's not really expensive. If you want to buy it from a Gucci store, it's going to be very expensive for sure because you are buying for the brand. But God, he is going to buy from Iran a brand. It's called Istabraq. And the Muslim, they say to you, who can make Quran like Allah? I want to ask Allah, he could not make silk better than the Iranian? Guys, do you know what I'm saying? Why in the world? And at that time, the Iranian, they wear kuffar. Okay, why you want to buy istabraq from them? But Muhammad, he is fabricating Quran, and he knew that this name is very famous to be the most fine, beautiful silk. So Allah himself is using the brand, it's called istabraq in the Quran, using a Persian word, a Persian fabric, a Persian made, a Persian kuffar, putting it in the Quran. How that can happen? But the devil always tries to seduce you with all kind of temptation. Those are poor Arab who never had bracelet in their hands. The hadith speak about Muhammad once he got a golden ring. He spent the whole day looking at it and people start making fun of him, so he forbade Muslims from wearing golden rings. This is why you see Muslims who believe in Islam truly, they wear silver rings. Muhammad, he went crazy when he got the golden ring. So he knew those Arab, they are poor, they never wear silk, they never have couch. Imagine God promised me to have a couch. I mean, what kind of God this God is? What couch? Brother, if you convert to my religion, I will give you green garment. Imagine all of us in the heaven of Allah, we are wearing green. I mean, this is the most boring color. I have nothing against the green, but not to wear it. Honest to God, I don't like to wear a green. I never wear a green clothes in my life. I don't want to wear one too. I might look like a frog. I like to see green grass. I like to see green trees, but green as a clothes is not my favorite. We will be wearing for eternity green. Why? Are we in the surgery room? And why it have to be green? The answer is very simple. Let us see in the chat who is going to give us the answer. Why Allah, guys, promising the Abdul to have a green clothes? Let us see who is of you is going to give me the correct answer. Anyone knows? Anyone knows what the behind of the word green? Why it's green? Nobody knows? What happened to the chat? Okay, hold on, guys. I think my chat frozen somehow. Let me do this. Okay. All right. And now it's working. Okay. Why green? Why green? Green, yeah, in the desert. Thank you very much. Here we go. Somebody got it. Those are people of the desert. Green is the most beautiful color for them. Green mean life. Green mean food. Green mean milk. Green mean yogurt. Green mean butter. Green mean meat, because their animals live by the green. If there is no green, they are dead. They are Bedouin. They travel from place to place, far distance, seeking green grass. So Muhammad, he knew how much those people, they are attached with the green. For them is really heaven. And for sure, you know, all of us, we agree that green is a beautiful color for nature. But you will notice that if somebody he live in Netherlands, he see that the desert is amusing because he have too much green. He's sick of it. But an Arab person who's coming from the desert, he see the green like, wow, look how beautiful it is green. So everybody, he miss something. He think he want to have it. The one who don't live in the beach, he want to go and take a vacation in the beach. But the one who live in the beach, his dream is to go to the mountain. And the one who live in the mountain, he want to go to the valley, and etc. Human being, he always seek what he don't have. So Muhammad, he knew that those are desert people. They have a great desire for the green color. So here we go. You are going to wear silk. You believe it? Silk made in Iran. It's called istabraq. And that silk is very fine, very nice, and it's going to be green. So here we go. You get two things in the same time. It's silk and it's green. What do you want more? And then Muhammad, he continue. He says, they will recline on their couches. The couches. God, he is promising me I will be laying down in my couch. What does that mean? And this is the most silly. Why God is speaking about that? Because Muhammad, he knew that those poor Arab, they never have couches. So we should use them. It's like, you know, just to make it simple, if I try to transform the furniture, because all of this is furnitures, it's accessories and furniture for a human being. If I try to transform those furniture today, update, Muhammad, if he's existing in the world today, he will say, I will give you iPhone X and 75 screen TV, and I will give you you know, a big refrigerator. I mean, this is how it is. This is how silly it is. What Muhammad is describing in front of us is accessories of housing, clothing. It is very obvious he is trying to tempt us by his reward, and his reward is very silly. What kind of God here will reward me with such a reward? I cannot find any reason. I cannot find any explanation except that this is made by a man trying to seduce the man. And because the man trying to seduce the man, then he promised them a lot of sexual promises. You know, when you say to me, Islam will free you from slavery, isn't it to be a sex slave for eternity a slavery? You see, there's two kind of sex slaves. There's the one you rape, and there's the one who rape. Both of them are sex slave. Why? Because in Islam, when you are a Muslim, you are promised supposedly by Allah to have, depend in your ranks in Islam, because the heaven of Islam have 100 floor. 100 floor, every floor have different ranks and different reward. Every floor have a reward. So, like if you go in the hadith, let's see the hadith. Hold on. Let's see what is the lowest reward for people in heaven in Islam. The lowest, not the highest. Okay, let's see. All right. I'm trying to find you some hadith. Okay. Let me show you this one first. Look how Muhammad is trying to tempt people to join his religion. Listen to this conversation and see how stupid it is. The Messenger of Allah said, Moses asked his Rabb. Muhammad here, he is using Moses to tell you, I'm not the one is saying that, it's Moses. Who amongst the inhabitants of Jannah will be the lowest in rank? And here we need to ask ourselves, why there is ranks in heaven? I mean, what ranks? I thought you are telling me that we will be free from slavery, but yet in heaven we have ranks. So we have a drill sergeant, we have a sergeant, we have a major, we have a colonel, and we have a soldier. So this is slavery again. He said, it will be a person who will be admitted to Jannah last of all. The last one will enter Jannah. When all the dwellers of the Jannah have entered Jannah. Okay, so the one who is the lowest in rank is the last one. Before almost closing the door, he enter. It will be said to him, this is the lowest, read carefully, enter Jannah. But he will say, oh my Rabb. I mean, the Muslim translation is very funny. Rabb here is mean, this is, by the way, this is coming from the Aramaic word and it's used in the Hebrew. This is why you say Rabbi. Rabbi is can be used as a master or Lord or even God, Lord as God. Oh my Rabb, how I should enter while the people have settled in their apartments and taken their shares. Imagine how nice this is story. The gate of the heaven almost closed, and there's a guy standing at the end, and he is like, should I enter, not to enter? And they said to him, enter, man, enter heaven. And then he's saying, how am I going to enter if you gave everybody took his apartments? Where are I going to stay? Huh? Everybody took his shares, his apartment, his places, his houses, his grocery. Where I'm going to go? So they will say to him, it will be said to him, which means Allah will say to him, you will be satisfied and pleased if you have a kingdom like that of the march of the world. He will say, I will be happy. My Rabb, Allah will say, even imagine Allah himself is talking here, for you that. So here the first promise, he will give you richness of a king in the earth. Allah said to him, are you satisfied now? It's like a bazaar. He will say, yeah, okay, I think I will be satisfied. Then he says to him, and like that, and like that, and like that, which means like 4 times, and like that, okay? He will say that 5th time, so you will be more rich than any king in the earth 5 times. And here I need to ask a question. I mean, what rich mean? I mean, this is the most stupid, disgusting religion ever. What, I will be rich more than 5 kings? And what I would do with the money there? I mean, who is the stupid here? I will be rich more than 5. What I will do? I will buy a Ferrari there. Are we going into heaven or we are going to Las Vegas? What I will do with richness of 5 kings? That's stupid. That's madness. But he knew that human, they love money. And everything in this cult is about tempting you with sex and money. So what? Do you want money? Okay, we will give you the money. How much money you want? Do you like to be a rich like a king? Sure, sure. Like a king? Are you kidding? Yeah, sure. Okay, I will make you church like a king, and another king, another king, another 5 kings. I will make you rich. Why 5? What about making 40? Do you Muslims use your brain? And then he continued. And here it looked like a bazaar, and Allah became like a Abdul. He is asking you, please just get in heaven, and using no, unless you make me happy. I mean, I want to be sure that heaven is my place. What you offer? And Allah says to you, okay, hold on. Let me show you how I can convince you to enter heaven. I mean, the guy do have a choice. Either you go to hell or you go to heaven. Which one? A little house of a dog in heaven is better than a palace in hell. I mean, what was this discussion is about? This is stupid. And then Allah, he continues saying to him, you will have whatever your soul desire. Oh boy, oh boy. What does that mean? Anything, whatever your soul desire, you see it in front of your eyes. What if this guy is a game? You have it. What if a guy he want to sleep with Muhammad? You will have it. What if this guy he want to sleep with Allah? You will have it. Whatever your soul desire. You see, when you say whatever, it's whatever. This means there's no limitation. And actually, the Muslim believe that in the heaven of Allah there is no limitation of reward, and they believe. And I challenge any Muslim to say it's a lie. I don't know, don't force me to show you the reference. Don't force me to show you. In the heaven of Allah, you can have sex with every single member of your family. Some scholars they say, except your mother. Some scholars they say, except your mother and daughter, and the rest is free, which means you can have sex with your sister, with your grandma, your auntie, all the family members, because they say the reason for forbidden having sex with a family member in earth, because Allah he made it as a way for lineage to get married from someone is lawful for you, but in heaven there is no children's, and there is nobody will get children's. However, don't forget, if you have my book Sex and Allah, variant number 1 and variant number 2, you will see where the hadith says, Muhammad he said, if a Muslim he wish to have a child, he will be pregnant and deliver it in less than fi sa'a, which means in 15 minutes. So a Muslim man, if you wish anything, he will have it. And now, what if a Muslim man he wish to have a child? That will be a contradiction for the Quran, because you will not have a children's. There is no children's. But here it says, if you wish, whatever you wish. And the second God he promised that whatever you wish, you have to grant me my wish. It doesn't matter what it is. And whatever your eyes could delight, whatever my eyes could delight, he will say, I am well pleased, O Allah. Musa said, who will be the highest rank in Jannah? So now he knew now what is the lowest rank. The lowest rank, he will be rich as 5 kings. You grant you whatever you wish. And then we have a higher rank. Okay, what is the higher rank? Look at this. Allah said, they are those whom I choose, and I establish their honor with my own hand. I attest with my seal that they would be pleased with such a bounty as no eye has seen, and no ear has heard, and no human mind has perceived. I mean, look how stupid this is promise. You just said here, I will grant the lowest one whatever he wish. What if he wish to have the reward of the highest rank? I don't know what to know. I mean, I wish I am stupid. Literally, I wish I am stupid, because sometimes stupid, it's fun. I mean, you see things, they don't make me upset, and you are happy all the time. I mean, what if those guys, you just say to them, I grant you whatever you wish, and now you are saying there is a higher reward. If this guy, he wish to have this reward, are you going to grant him or not? You just say to him whatever your soul wish. I mean, it's good to be a donkey. It's good to be a donkey, and it's better if you are a mule. In the best scenario, be Abdul. I don't know. I mean, this is so beautiful. And me myself, I feel like I want to convert. I mean, I don't know how I can resist the temptation to convert to Islam right now. So, reading this article really make you feel like this article is made up for a bunch of idiots who have no brain. Literally. Converting to Islam allow a person truly to experience God love. Yeah, let us experience God love. Let us experience God love. I want to experience God love. I cannot really resist the love of Allah. Look here, look here. All the verses in front of us speaking about not to take friends people and not to love them. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا الكافرين أولياء من دون المؤمنين. You can go and read those verses. I don't want to read them one by one. Chapter 4, verse 144, etc. All those verses is about love. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء بعضهم أولياء بعض. Okay, look how much love. This is a religion of love, man. Allah is forbidding the Muslims from taking Christians as friends, as protectors. So where is the love? Why Jesus says love your enemy, and Allah saying you cannot love the Jews and the Christians, and you cannot even take them as a friends? Why? How you Muslims say that Jesus is a Muslim and Muhammad is a Muslim, but their message is the opposite. One saying to us, not only you love your friends and your family, you love even your enemies. You pray for them. You pray for those who curse you, for those who hurt you. Here, you can't even take friends from those who want to take you as a friend just because they are a Christian. This is a message of hate. And not only that, Allah saying it clearly, which is Muhammad, Allah aka Muhammad, and any one of you take them as a friend, he is one of them, which means he is an apostate. And you know the apostate punishment is death. That's crazy. I forgot, sorry. Here, when we were trying to read about the reward of the heaven, we did not go to the to other hadith. I don't know. I think I'm getting old. I'm already 17. All right. Let's see this one. There's many hadith here. All those hadith about the lowest reward. And where you? Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look at this hadith as an example. The Messenger of Allah said, indeed, the least of the people in paradise in rank is the one who shall look at his garden, his wives, his bounties, his servants, his beds, and in the distance of 1,000 years. Man, how sharp my eyes are. And how big my bedroom. My bedroom will be filled with beds and women in a distance of 1,000 years. So a question, Prophet of Allah, how long is going to take me to walk in my room if my eyes can go to the distance of 1,000 years? How far it going to take me? How long is going to take me to cross my room, to go from the first bed to the last bed? Unbelievable. I love it. I have to admit that we Christians, we need this heaven. I mean, look at this, man. Look, don't you like to have a big apartment, huge house, your bedroom? My bedroom, the bounty. What bounties? I had those women we capture, yeah, and the slaves, servants. You see here, they are saying slaves, what servants? Those are sex slaves. Those are, and the funny, they say to us, Islam will free you from slavery. Even in heaven, there are servants. What those servants do? I mean, okay, I pray to Allah, I convert to Islam. Why? I'm going to have servants. Where is justice? So those are going to be my slaves for eternity, just because I prayed to God 5 times? Don't you think this is too much, Abdul? Too much lies. Then Muhammad, he continued, and the noblest of them, Allah will look at their faces morning and night. And not only that, if you are from the highest believer, Allah will make your face so white, so shiny, it's very beautiful, brother. Let us continue. This one is funny, but I'm trying to find different hadith. Hmm. And this is a funny hadith too. I know, like there's a hadith about the 80,000. I for some reason is not showing. The hadith says that in the heaven of Allah you will have 80,000 female. You know, let me see. Maybe this one. Oh, here we go. Look at this amazing hadith. The least of the people of paradise in possession is the one with 80,000 servants. I mean, do you see how much Islam provided freedom? They are allowed to own, they've been forced actually to wage war, capture women. Muhammad encouraged them to attack the Romans so they can get the blonde diggers. And now in heaven, this is heaven now. In heaven, you will have 80,000 slaves. That's amazing. So beautiful. This is the truly heaven. In your house, brother, you will have 80,000 slaves. And who are those slaves? Anyone knows? They are boys, young boys. Imagine boys. We will slave boys. How in the world you can do that? If you read with me the verse here, let's see where it says. By the way, guys, I have here a dog. His name is Teddy. He want to say hi. All right, in case you want to say hi to him, he's the enemy of Allah and he's my helper now. Uh, uh, if you read with me, it is go. Which verse I want to show you? Yeah. ويطوف عليهم غلمان لهم كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون. Chapter 52, verse 24. What is this verse saying? And around them, brother, around you in heaven, they will be serving you devoted boys. They are young male servants. They are very, you see here they are saying handsome. You know, it says in Arabic they are white like pearls. They are white like pearls, well guarded. I mean, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have 80,000 little child serving me as a slave for eternity. This is so beautiful. My heart is being touched. I feel like I'm in heaven already. My friend, if you have in your house 4 kids, they will drive you crazy. Imagine in the heaven of this madman Muhammad, you will have 80,000 little boy captured, and they are naked, white boys, young boys, and they will be serving you for eternity. Aren't you happy? Be honest. Be honest. That's so beautiful. How in the world you can resist such a heaven? And yet in the article you are saying to me, in Islam, you convert to Islam, you will be free. What free? Right now I'm not free anymore, because now you put me in a house. Is not my choice to be there. You decide for me what to wear. It's already known, the fabric, the color, the bracelet I will wear, the couch I will sit in, and the number of the servants and the number of the women I'm going to rape. And you are telling me I'm free? Where is the freedom? Where's the freedom? Even the fabric I will wear is green. Can I have a choice? Even the food you will eat in the heaven of Allah is not your choice. If we go in the Quran, just to give you an example, you know, read carefully with me. What I will eat in the heaven of Allah? What is my menu? Do you know that in the heaven of Allah there is only birds barbecue? Yes. لحم طير مما يشتهون. Let us see here. Read carefully with me. Chapter 56, verse number 21. Have you ever heard of a God like this? In this chapter here, actually, it's very funny. I mean, it's really. Here it says, and you will eat from the meat of birds that they may desire. So your menu, only birds. It doesn't say chicken. It doesn't say, we don't know what birds. Your menu, the meat in the menu is only birds. Where is the freedom? Now we are in heaven, but yet I'm going to eat for eternity only bird's meat, chicken. Now I'm in heaven, but I'm going to wear a bracelet Allah He chose for me. Now I'm in heaven, I'm going to wear a green silk clothes for eternity, as if I'm a prisoner, or I am in the mad hospital, where everybody wear a uniform and you have no choice to take it off. Especially in the heaven of Islam, you don't even change the uniform, because according to the Quran, the clothes in the heaven, they will never be ruined, and they will never get dirty, and they will never have wrinkles. So I enter heaven, I wear the green silk fabric for eternity. And in the heaven, I will be addicted to alcohol, and I will be serving by youth who they are very young for eternity. And remember, those youth, they will not bleed, which means they will have sex with me too. And then I am going to be giving cups, and there is in my house there will be flowing fountains. And anyone remember those fountains? What is the fountain in my house? Who remember? Let us see how many of you. What is the time now? Man, the time go fast. It's getting again, guys. I don't want to remind you tonight. We will do live broadcast. Me and the brother Amir and some other brothers, but we don't know how many there will be. So don't forget to join us. I posted a link for the page of brother Amir, because I might not be able to broadcast on my channel, so you can see it in his channel. So in the info, you will see a link, video link for his page, and you can view us later in that page. The fountain of life. Thank you, Narrow Gate. Yeah, you are a German. You really are a German. Man. You see, I wish I can say I went to Germany and I found it full of German. I cannot say that no more. I went to Germany and I found it full of non-German. I took the bus, you know, I took a bus. I look in the bus. There's no German in the bus. I'm serious. There's no German in the bus. I think the only German was in the bus. It was a driver. I know what happened to this country. I have no idea. I thought I'm coming to Germany. I found myself coming to a different country. This woman in your country, the leader of this country, she screwed everything up. Actually, I recorded the video yesterday while I was walking in one of the cities here, you know, around me. I will post it later in YouTube. Now, going back to the fountains. You remember before we spoke about the fountain of youth. You remember that story of the Prophet Al-Khadr? Prophet Al-Khadr, Al-Khadr mean green. Al-Khadr mean green. And why he was called Al-Khadr? according to Muslims and according to Islam, not to me, because he drank from the fountain of youth, the fountain of youth. And since he drank from the fountain of youth, which you can see an example of it in the movie, it's called the Pirate of the Caribbean. I don't know which part. You know, the fountain of youth, by the way, is old in many mythology, in many religions, in history, and today is still exists as a story. You know, to the point we see it in movies. You know, all kind of fiction movies, you will find always story of fountain of youth. Actually, let me see if I can find the hadith for you. Uh, let us see. Maybe we can find it fast. Let us see. Let me pray to Allah, so maybe I will be lucky. Hmm. And by the way, guys, right now I'm taking some karate classes. You see, I have some friends they play karate. Bruce Lee is my friend, and if you ask me why, because right now I see the hadith in front of me where Musa says he did beat the angel of death and he blocked his eye off. This is not out of our topic, but just we are here. So Allah he sent the angel of death to Moses. Abu Huraira reported Allah Messenger having said that the angel of death came to Moses and said, respond to the call of Allah, i.e. prepare for death. Now Moses is a very stubborn Jew. Moses, peace upon him, gave a blow to at the eye of the angel of death and knocked it out. Unbelievable. If this is a true story, guys, this must be a true story. I mean, it happened all the time, especially if you are a Jew. I mean, imagine you are a Jew, and not only a Jew, you are Musas. Do you know how many belt Musas have in the art of fighting? He graduated from the Kung Fu school. He graduated from Master Ching Chong Chi in China, and he very well known actually. Even movies they hire Musas because after he did beat the angel who have 600 wings and he blocked his eyes out. I mean, and then the angel he went back to Allah and he said, "Look what look what Moses did to me. He don't want to die." So Allah he put his eye back, and I'm so glad that Allah he can fix that. I mean, that's amazing. And you say to me in Islam there's no miracle. The angel went back to Allah the exalted and said, "You send me to your servant who does not like to die, and he knocked out my eye." Allah restored his eye in a proper place. I'm so glad it is restored in the proper place. I was afraid Allah will put it in his ass. Excuse my language. I cannot hold myself from being unbelievable. Imagine Allah restored the eye in not in a proper place. What do you think is going to be in his nose? I mean, look how Muhammad is so clear in details that he restored the eye in the proper place. You see how he is so too much into details. It is in the proper place. Now let's go back to the story we were trying to show you. I mean, this is very complicated, man. When are you going to finish the topic? You keep jumping from topic to topic. All right, all right. Where is Ainul Hayat? I'm trying to find. Here we go. In this, here we go. In this hadith here, And this is a Sahih hadith. So don't tell me it's weak, and this is Sahih Bukhari. And this is speaking about Musa trying to find the Prophet Al-Khadr and where he will meet him in the junctions of the two seas. And what is the two seas? According to the Muslim interpretation, that is was the seas of Persia, the Gulf of Persia, which is called today the Arabian Gulf by the Arab, trying to hijack the name. And the Mediterranean. Have you ever heard the Mediterranean meet with the Persian Gulf? How did that happen? Islamic science. So here, Moses asked Allah how I can meet him. Allah told him, take with you a fish, put it in the basket, which means that it's fish. And when the fish is lost, that means you follow the place of the fish. The fish will leave a mark. Have you ever heard of a fish will leave a mark? How that can happen? It's in Islam, it happened. So to make the story short, and I'm not going to read all of it, you know. Our brother Phil there, he will post the link for you so you can save the reference. When Moses arrived to a spring called Ainul Hayat. Ainul Hayat means the spring of life. The one you call it in the movies, the youth. You stay always alive, you stay always youth. So the fish touched the water, as you see here, and none come in it and touch its water but became alive. Do you see it? This is a true story. This is not from the Caribbean movie. No, this is the one. And who is the one telling the story, guys? Show respect, please. Please show respect. The one who is telling this story, and this is the proof that this story must be true, is the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him. And this is why, and this is the clear evidence that this story is absolutely true. Okay. You see here it says, so whoever touch Ainul Hayat, the water, you know, will make that thing alive. So some of the water of that spring fell over the fish, so it moved and slipped out of the basket and entered the sea. When Moses woke up, he asked his attendant, bring our early meal, which means the fish. But why you want to eat the fish, man? Allah, he told you to save it. The narrator said, Musa did not suffer a fatigue because after he had passed the place that he had ordered to observe, his attendant Yeshua ibn Nun said, and here even the funnies in the stories are funny, because for those who do not know, the word Nun is a word meaning fish or a whale, you know. So Yeshua ibn Nun, his name Yeshua, the son of a fish. Do you remember what happened when etc. Anyway, so the story here, the purpose for me to mention this story, that everything we see written by Muslims is nothing but a fiction, the same as the religion. There's two sides of fiction in Islam. Fiction written in their articles speaking about things is not even exist in the religion. Pretending that Islam is bringing salvation, Islam giving you freedom. What a freedom if the Islam teach the man he can beat the wife? What a freedom if the man can have 4 wives? What a freedom if the man he can divorce his wife by a text message? What if a freedom if you are a person who been ordered even what to eat, what not to eat? Somebody might say to me, well, the Jews, they've been ordered not to eat what to eat. My friend, the Jews, you know, to make it simple, like somebody will say to you, isn't it the Old Testament telling you that not to eat pork? The pigs that, you know, the pigs, they grow in the field and they eat whatever in their way, including the people. So people, they have sword fight, people die in the street, pigs, they eat them, and you eat the pig, you eat, you know, you can carry a disease, and you can even carry something, or someone who did animal who even ate a human being. So everything have a reason, but this is not about I am forcing you, I am advising you. You see, when the law of Moses is practiced by the Jews, many of the Jews don't even understand what God is trying to say to them, to the point when Jesus was helping some people, they said to him, you know, even like his disciple, as an example, they were eating or gathering some food, in the Sabbath. The Jews, they said to them, your men, look at your men, they are working in Sabbath, they are gathering food in Sabbath. What Jesus said, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man made for the Sabbath. So all the teaching of the Old Testament is about for your benefit, not to force you. It's for your benefit. The Jews, they love money. They like to work Saturday. They like to work 24 hours, 7 days a week to make money. So the law came for a reason. Those people, they do that and they will never stop working. So let us enforce a law on them that in Saturday, you and your servant, you do nothing. But it was not to serve God. It was for the benefit of the man. So Jesus said, Sabbath was made for the man, not the man made for Sabbath. In Islam, all the rituals you see, it's about God. Why you pray? Because God, He ordered you to pray, and if you don't pray, He will punish you. Why you make a donation? Not because you are a good person, but because if you make a donation, the good deeds will delete the bad deeds. And you donate to who? You donate to Muhammad. All the donations spoke of Islam, it's about Muhammad making money, not about donating to someone today. You see, Muhammad did not make donation for others. He was alive at that time and he want people to donate to him. And by the way, we have a donation link if you like to donate, and we accept earring and rings as Muhammad used to do to women. He scared the hell of them, and he scared them to the point he forced them to give their rings and their earring. If you remember, and we mentioned this hadith not just last week, I think, like we do not need to repeat it again and again. So in this cult, I never saw people who make false articles promoting false ideas is not even exist, not even close in the religion. Look here with me. God makes his desire perfectly clear. However, human being have a free will to please or displease God. What a big fat lie. What a big fat lie. Isn't it Muhammad being ordered to kill all mankind until they convert to Islam? To kill, not only to fight, because fight here is about fighting by the sword, and sword kill, not fighting by words or debates. Look how they lie to you. Read with me. All those hadith in front of us is about killing anyone who don't believe in Islam. Oh, and the condition is not only to convert to Islam. Read carefully with me, please. It's not enough even to convert to Islam not to be killed, because you might convert to Islam and still be killed. Because, read with me carefully, free will? Are you kidding me? What a big fat liars you are, the one who made this article, trying to deceive those naive Western, African, Asian people. Allah Messenger said, and the one is talking here is Allah Messenger, not a Christian prince. And this is Sahih al-Bukhari. This is a true, authentic hadith said by Muhammad, and the reference in the front of your eyes. Read it please with me. Allah Messenger said, I have been ordered to fight the people, all people, all, not the limit. Till what? Till they stop fighting me? No. Stop attacking me? No. Until they have peace? No. Till they say. Till they say. So what is the condition to stop fighting the people? Is the following. Number one, you say what? You say the Shahada. And then you say, after they say so, they have to pray like we pray. It's not enough. We are not done yet. Now you say Shahada. This is the first step. The second step is you have to pray as we pray. Otherwise, I will kill you still. And not only that, even if you pray, you have to pray facing our Qibla, which means direction of the Qibla. And not only that, facing the Qibla is not enough still not to slaughter you. You have to slaughter as we slaughter, which means slaughter meat and food as we eat. And then, and only then, their blood and the property will be secured. From who? From us. So how you say to me, a free will, and you are free, and whoa, what is that, man? Do Muslims have a shame when they make those articles? You see, when Muslims write those articles, I don't know who you are, the one is listening. Many of you, they listen to me always, and many of you are in you. Muslims don't respect you. And the proof is in front of your eyes. Article is full of lies. They think you are a fool. They think by an article they can fool you and make you believe in such a garbage. Which one we will believe? What Muhammad said or what an article said? They lie to us. They say Islam always attack those who attack us. Read carefully with me. I've been ordered to attack, to kill all mankind until they do the following and the following and the following. And if they do that, even after they do all of this, if they break any of my conditions, I will kill them. Look what it says. Will be secure to us and will not interfere with them except if they broke what is legal in Islam. So even if you convert and you pray and etc., if you do something not what is legal, you leave Islam. You don't pray like them. You don't stutter like them. If you break any of those, you will kill you. This is why some stupid Western, like Muhammad James White, if you know him, the stupid Muhammad James White, who claimed to be a Christian priest or minister, he keeps saying that ISIS is not Islam, but this is Muhammad. Is Muhammad ISIS? Muhammad saying, if you don't pray to the Kaaba, we kill you. If you don't pray, we kill you. If you don't slaughter like we slaughter, we kill you. If you don't pay zakat, we kill you. So what do you mean ISIS is not Islam? In order to say ISIS is not Islam, you have to say Muhammad is not Islam too. And ISIS, they practice exactly as Muhammad said. Read with me here. This is different hadith, different reference, and it is authentic too. All right, read carefully. It's the same story. The messenger of Allah have been ordered to fight the people until they testify that there is none to worship but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, to say shahada, and until they establish the salah and pay the zakat. You have to pay him money too. It's not enough. Actually, there's a war. It's called the war of apostate. You can go and search it right now. Abu Bakr, he waged a war because people, they refuse to pay zakat. It's about money. By refusing to pay zakat, you are considered to be an apostate. As simple as that. Your blood is free. And Abu Bakr, he said, I swear by Allah, I'm going to wage war on them, even if the zakat was a price of a goat, little goat. They have to pay me, because Islam is only about money and sex and power. So if they do that, if they have that, then they will gain the protection from me for their lives and their property. Muhammad is a demon. Muhammad is a gang. Muhammad is the mafia. You see those mafia movies where they come to a store, they say, we give you protection, pay us. This is the jizya. Actually, the mafia business was learned by the people of Malta and the Italian because of the Islamic invasion to Europe. When the Arab was kicked out, the criminals took over and they practiced what the Arab used to do. The Arab, they used to collect the jizya. They force you to pay them as a protection. So we kick the Arab out, the Muslims out, and then we get the mafia criminals taking over the business because they learn from the Muslims how to do this gang business. And this is Muhammad, the gang leader. And yet in the article they say to us, you are afraid to believe or not to believe. I don't know if I want to continue talking. It's going to take me 2 days to finish this topic, but I think we made the point, and the point is so clear that this cult is a very disgusting, and Deception is a way of life in Islam. I never saw anyone believe in any religion, regardless if it's a cult or not, lie as someone as he believe in Islam. They have no shame to lie. Please download my videos and share them with your friends. This video, maybe it's long, yes, it's long, but the purpose of having long so we can cover as many we can. And still, really, we did not cover much. As you see, like we are here, what, for more than 3 hours, 4 hours, I'm not sure. So still, we did not cover much. This is a very evil cult, and I need your help, guys. Please help me, help yourself, help your children's by spreading the truth. I don't want, I know, like, I appreciate people who help. They tell people about my books or they make donations. That is a help I really appreciate. But there's bigger help, is to help yourself. And how to help yourself? By saving your society from this cult. The Muslims are targeting your children to convert them, targeting your society to convert them to Islam. And any society will turn into Islam is going to turn into an evil person like Muhammad. Do you want really to have a society believe in this garbage in front of you on the screen? That we have to fight everybody until they practice this and this and this. And if they practice that, even if they break any of those, like if they don't pray, we kill them. If they don't pay zakah, we kill them. If they don't, do you want that? So don't wait until it's too late. They are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to deceive people and to spread Islam in your countries. And what we do here is a priceless. And sadly, very few people support what we do. However, the Lord is our supporter in everything we do, and He always make us meet the good ones. During my trip here, I met really an amazing people, and there's many more they want to see me, but sadly I cannot see everybody because some people, they are scattered all over and far away. But it's really amazing how much you receive. Like the place I am in right now, I'm a guest in a house. They were so happy to have me. Very, I'm not going to describe how beautiful the people I met. They are really beautiful. Yesterday we went out. I mean, those people, they are great. They are, I cannot explain. I can't explain really how happy they are even to sit with me. So I'm blessed by having you, all of you. And really, I have a family, and my family is bigger than you can imagine. And that is the family of the Messiah, the Christ, the family of love. Wherever you go, those people, they provide you with love, for all the love is coming from one. His name is the Messiah, the Lord, the Savior. He is the one we need, not someone like Muhammad, want to force people to believe and to eat and to drink the way he wants, to slaughter as he slaughter, to pray as he wants you to pray. This is not from God. This is absolutely from the devil. Shedding blood, war, fight, killing, hate cannot be from God. Peace and love is from God. And that is what the Messiah said, bless those who spread peace. Muhammad obviously is against peace. Islam itself, it does not mean peace, it means to surrender, which means Islam means war. And then yet they lie to us, they say Islam means peace. This is how much deception we have in our society. And again, nobody dare to say the king is naked. But I am Christian Prince. I say Muhammad today is naked, and we expose him. And he is very evil, and we will not stop exposing him